The dense, lush forests of the Northwest were home to some of nature's most remarkable creatures, not the least of which was the legendary Bigfoot. However, humankind's insatiable greed and drive to destroy nature and replace it with their sprawling, soulless housing developments knew no bounds and spared no creatures. Soon, the majestic, curious being known as Bigfoot found himself without a place to call his own, and with nowhere left to hide from humanity. Bigfoot was forced to leave the forest in which he had long concealed himself. He knew he would have to adopt a new way of life and live among the humans in the city. He began to acclimate to city life, enjoying some of its natural spaces and attempting to adapt to his new surroundings. He found himself removed from his usual sources of food. Instead, he was forced to scavenge in the city. He subsisted on cat food left out for strays and outdoor felines, food waste, garbage, and available water sources. While the transition was not easy, he enjoyed some pleasures found only in the city. He discovered energy drinks, video games, and other forms of human recreation. He was especially fond of bowling, despite having no clue how it worked. Bigfoot's foray into a human lifestyle brought him many new experiences, while keeping security and police busy escorting him away from these new experiences. Bigfoot quickly found himself entirely out of money for new adventures. He realized, with a sinking feeling, that he would need to get a job to survive. Bigfoot worked various odd jobs, including a part-time night shift cleaning office buildings and as a dog walker for his fellow furry friends. He found contributing to society physically demanding but fulfilling. He even had a brief stint as a UPS delivery man. He did not particularly enjoy his time working at a busy call center, however, nor did he find much joy in being a circus clown for children's birthday parties. His fortunes would soon change for the better, however. A talent agency took great interest in Bigfoot. He soon found himself on several talk shows and even got to share the story of his life and displacement on a TED Talk. He was given a ghostwriter for what would become a popular children's book. Bigfoot enjoyed a rapid rise in popularity as a fitness influencer, his strong frame making him an impressive, imposing presence in the gym and inspiring millions. He trained for and ran a half marathon, garnering national attention and placing first in his age group. He amassed enough money to purchase a house in a well-off suburban neighborhood. He also fulfilled his long-time dream of buying a motorcycle. Bigfoot's star continued its meteoric rise. He appeared in several Hollywood films that became box office hits. He was invited on celebrity game shows and became a true big screen sensation and household name seemingly overnight. Bigfoot began to entertain the idea of romance, making many connections at exclusive Hollywood parties. Bigfoot went on several dates with Hollywood heartthrobs. He fell hard and fast for one in particular, Candace Klipsch, actress of the Crimson Void series and the niece of his talent agent. Sadly, she broke off the relationship after 3 months, and he didn't handle this well. Bigfoot turned to the drink and fell into a deep depression that seemed endless. He began to engage in risky and impulsive behaviors and to isolate himself. Those once close to him saw this change but did little to help, and there may not have been much they could do. Bigfoot began to frequent the local bars. He developed a temper that had not presented itself before, and would look to fight at these establishments until he had been trespassed from nearly all of them. He found himself spending nights in the slammer with increasing frequency. As he spiraled further and further out of control, he became a danger to himself and others on the road. His third DWI brought with it a more substantial stay in the county jail. Bigfoot acclimated quickly, perhaps too quickly, to life in a state-issued jumpsuit. The incarcerated life hardened him. He was an imposing figure to other inmates and made allies and enemies. Prison gave him an outlet for his anger, and he never backed down from a fight. Despite his unruly behavior, Bigfoot was soon released from incarceration. Bigfoot's luck didn't get any better. Just 2 weeks later, he was T-boned by a truck while riding a new motorcycle. While he had previously avoided serious injury, this time he broke both of his legs. Driving on a suspended license prevented him from being able to sue. Bigfoot's recovery was slow and not without its mishaps. The nurses and therapists had their hands full with the damaged creature, and they cheered him on when the day came for him to finally leave the hospital. No longer able to indulge in his previous vices due to probation, and feeling lonely and isolated after his fall from stardom and time in the clink, Bigfoot found solace and company in comfort food. He developed a need for hamburgers, pizza, milkshakes, chips, and candy bars, and these consumed his life while he consumed them. Thankfully for Bigfoot, he lived in the age of great medical advancements. He underwent several successful liposuction procedures that worked wonders on his figure. He then was prescribed a GLP-1 receptor agonist by his personal physician, and he was almost back to his old self. After one close call with the addictive medications left over from his hospital stay, Bigfoot was ready to get back on his feet. Tragically, he had entirely run out of money. He had little to no income left, couldn't get a job, and lost his home. He found himself living on the streets, barely getting by. Now entirely destitute, Bigfoot turned to petty crime to survive. His robberies in dark alleyways, identity theft, and credit card fraud were just the beginning.
Everybody down! Now!
He honed his skills in the criminal underworld, carrying out several major jewelry store thefts and high-profile bank robberies. He became an increasingly violent and volatile force to be reckoned with, and assembled a crew of skilled mercenaries. Bigfoot used his crew to capture vulnerable cargo ships and to control much of the trade around the Barents Sea. That is the story of how Bigfoot rose to power behind an unstoppable criminal empire, dispatching anyone who opposed him and aligning himself with the most powerful individuals the world had never heard of. He became a major weapons supplier and set the world on a collision course for global disaster.